The following is an ESG video brief.
Hi, I'm Jason Buffington, the Senior Analyst at ESG covering data protection. I recently published my latest ESG research report on data protection appliances, or DPAs, and have been blogging about them quite a bit due to some of the newer offerings in market today. First and foremost, let me remind folks that DPAs are not just PBBAs, or purpose-built backup appliances. There's at least 4 kinds of data protection appliances. There is the purpose-built backup appliance, or PBBA, that actually do backups, meaning that the backup software and the hardware is within a single turnkey solution. There's also deduplication storage appliances that provide optimized storage, but they must be fed by an external data mover. Then there's cloud gateway appliances, and they're similar to deduplication storage appliances in that they don't typically have their own data mover, but they provide more efficient storage to existing backup and archive software using a combination of local storage as a cache along with cloud storage behind the scenes. And then there's BCDR, or failover type appliances. Now those are also turnkey solutions, but instead of just being a backup and recovery solution, they provide some additional means of resuming functionality without first restoring the data back to an original data location. ESG recently surveyed IT professionals on their current and planned use of DPAs, and here's what they said. Backup appliances and deduplication appliances have significant install bases today because they've been in market much longer. Whereas cloud gateways and failover appliances each have smaller current user install bases. Now that being said, all 4 categories show the currently using plus the intend to use at being over 50%. If you add in the interested ins, all 4 categories show above 80%. Why is that? Simply put, it's because IT professionals want some of the solution benefits that each of the categories offer. The diagram we showed earlier has nice clean colored boxes and clearly defined black lines between the categories, but there isn't much in IT that is that definitively clear. Certainly, part of the blending also comes from the fact that before ESG's DPA categorization, some analysts and press wanted to put every blinky light box that had anything to do with backup into a single bucket. And that may work okay for measuring market dollars. It doesn't really. It doesn't help at all with IT organizations or partners when they're trying to take the business unit's agility or recovery requirements and translate those into a class of solution that can then be investigated and then later acquired, deployed, and utilized. That being said, a blending might be the right approach if you understood the IT capabilities and then translate back to the business agility requirements. Here's what folks are looking for. Ease of acquisition. I would actually call this ease of architecture. Certainly the most obvious benefit of a turnkey backup appliance is that the components are truly designed to work with each other. And yes, that does make the purchasing system easier too. It's also much easier from a support standpoint. Ease of deployment. If you're going to deploy 150 backup servers across a broad infrastructure or a branch office intranet, just being able to pull something out of the cardboard and be running in less than an hour is a beautiful thing. And if a non-IT person can do it, even better. But past those 2 comes what's really interesting. What are the manageability benefits of a consolidated solution? Can your solution utilize tape for long-term retention, particularly for environments that are accountable for regulatory requirements around long-term retention or data preservation? Can your solution store data easily in the cloud as well as within the appliance for an economical secondary site in preparation for BCDR? In an ideal world, the cloud that connects with your backup appliance should actually be able to help you restore or even resume functionality without first restoring the data back where it came from. And that last one brings us back to the inevitable blurring of the lines. What most folks are looking for is a turnkey solution, yes, but you also want the CapEx benefits of highly efficient storage, including deduplication capabilities. And you want to extend your on-premise protection with a cloud tier. And hopefully that solution provides abilities such as rapid resumption of service, even beyond restore. One solution that's doing its part to blur those lines is the Arcserve UDP 7000. I actually started my career backing stuff up over a quarter century ago working with Arcserve, in fact. And when it comes to understanding long-term data protection, they've been doing it among the longest in the business. And since the majority of organizations have either regulatory compliance requirements or operational business practices around long-term data retention, Arcserve's pedigree in that area may be something to keep in mind. But what most folks may not know about Arcserve UDP is around how it does physical protection, including bare metal recovery, and couples that with the protection of VMs on both VMware and Hyper-V, including near-instant failover of those VMs. Then add in there some replication between Arcserve instances, cloud service for data survivability, and tape for long-term retention. Now, all of that is just within Arcserve UDP, the software, from a company that's been doing backup for over 20 years. And now that Arcserve as a company has spun out from underneath CA, which is a good thing, the first thing they did was build an appliance, the Arcserve UDP 7000, for all the reasons that we've talked about. Admittedly, the ESG Lab team hasn't yet had a chance to put their hands on the 7000 appliance and put it through its paces, but after hearing about all what's in the box, we're pretty eager to, and maybe you are too. So check it out. In the meantime, I hope this was helpful, and maybe I gave you a few things to think about around data protection appliances, including one of the newest DPAs in the block from one of the largest overnight startups in the business. I'm Jason Buffington for ESG. Thanks for watching.